Are you okay? Drink the vodka. Drink the vodka. Feeling better? Yeah? Yeah.
I love you, man. You're good people.
I regret immediately this decision. Hey guys. Kirion Sparta here, and Drunky McDrunkerton here.
It wasn't actually vodka, it was just water.
It was just water. That was a little thing.
Clever gag.
Clever gag. Tell them your goddamn name.
Sarah.
There you go. So, kind of an over-exaggeration, but Sarah is actually kind of sad about this one. We're finally finishing off our first before Watchmen. God, we started these a while ago.
It started a long time ago.
Jesus. Yeah. And problem too is it's one of her favorite ones. Silk Specter, number 4, came out today. There is the nice cover. So it's done. It's the end of an era.
This was emotional for me. I don't know if it's just a girl thing, but
I was gonna say you're a girl. Everything's
this comic was
you.
Emotional.
Yeah, it's a good comic.
It's very good.
Well, quick review. It's a good comic. Buy it.
Yeah.
The Silk Specter series hasn't really had a bad issue yet, and it has really good artwork.
Yeah. Amanda Connor and Darwin Cook need to be teamed up more.
Often.
More.
So yeah, long story short, really good. Pick it up. Like with all the other reviews we do for these, we're gonna go through the comic almost page for page.
More or less.
More or less. We kind of sum it up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the first page shows why Laurie didn't have a lot of friends growing up. A boy shows up, basically just wants to play ball with Laurie.
This takes place in 1960.
In 1960,
this is when Laurie's
so
still
12
young.
or something. And yeah, Sally immediately fixes that shit right away.
Yep. She tells him that Laurie just pretends to like boys, and then she
Pantses them pretty much in
Pantses them,
public
yeah.
just to embarrass them.
and then
I thought she said something worse. Of like it cuts to her like whispering, and I was like, oh fuck, knowing what she says, she's probably something terrible. This kid.
And then the boy runs away, and poor Laurie's looking out the window all sad.
Yeah, and then it cuts to her on the bridge reading the letter. Look at you. Laurie was reading the Laurie. The letter that her boyfriend there wrote. Completely on his own.
Yes.
If you haven't read the last issue, comedian pretty much threatened to kill him if he didn't break up with Laurie and join the army.
And write the letter
And write the letter saying that he's doing that. So
I remember his name. Jeff or George
Jeff or
or
Greg.
something.
He was a very
It was Greg.
It was Greg. He was a very forgettable character.
Apparently.
just like most high school romances. Anyway. Yeah. It's your basic breakup note, don't feel bad.
It's not you.
It's me.
Doesn't actually say that.
Yeah.
But he's just saying, well, the letter is saying, I woke up in the hospital, lucky to be alive, this could have been you, I don't know what have happened.
Yeah.
If it was you, and I'm too irresponsible to go be somewhere where I can't hurt anybody,
Exactly.
even though it's the army.
And while they're going through the letter, we got another flashback of, it looks, 4 years later, 1964, and it looks like Sally just pulled her away from a party.
A birthday party.
Like a birthday party.
Spin
and
the
of course,
bottles going on.
Yeah, it's like you can't hang out with kids or boys or friends. You don't have time for that kind of stuff. You don't want to end up. It almost like she says, like me with a kid you didn't want or something.
It has a little bit more of those teenage girl vision things, that the over dramatic. What Laurie's thinking.
That one was my favorite.
I liked that one. We'll get to that one.
Her still reading it. Cuts to Greg on a boat and the whole Spaniard outfit, and she's crying with her mask on.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the one line in the note where it's like, you really ought to go to your mother, and it cuts to the Scream painting. I like that.
That was
good. That was really good. And of course, while this is going on, Hollis has been trying to find Laurie.
Yes.
He has been, and he's doing a good job. I mean, he's a detective. He was Night Owl. He knows what he's doing. While he's doing this, Sally gets a phone call from Laurie, And Lori...
This whole phone call, oh my god.
Do your thing.
It's so sad, because when Sally first picks up the phone, you can see the, oh my god, she's calling me, almost excitement in her eyes.
Yeah.
And then she immediately switches to bitch mode.
Yeah,
and
she's
starts,
like, oh, yeah, he left you high and dry, didn't he?
And starts teasing Lori, so Lori hangs up the phone without saying
I like
anything.
that shot. That shot, Lori just like, fuck this.
Well, this. Hangs up the phone, and then it shows Sally, after she hangs up, all sad that she hung up the phone.
Yeah. And go figure. So she's drinking. Always good. And Hollis gives her a call, and she thought it was Lori. She's like, Lori's like, no, it's Hollis.
Yep.
Still trying to find her. She's like, well, I like that. She's like, the other son of a bitch failed. Yeah. You need to do it. So I don't know if she's like calling him a son of a bitch there.
She's calling comedian a son of a bitch.
Well, she was calling the comedian, but she's like, the other.
The other son of a bitch.
So she's calling Hollis like, you're a son of a bitch. You're not doing this right.
And after Hollis hangs up the phone, she's all sitting on the side of her bed with her drink spilled everywhere, all sad.
Mm-hmm. Then while this is going on, two chicks in matching outfits show up at the one pusher's house that Silk Spectre kind of already roughed up. And they beat the living shit out of that major pimp. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember either.
But, so, it alludes to that. Cuts to Lori's roommates getting back. They're like, oh man, you worried about Lori? I mean, well, of course I am. Like, she just left her. And Hollis, of course, did it. He found her, figured out where he is. And then we get a nice collage of, like, all the little kid fantasies she's had. Basically... all the things
that her mom
kind of told her growing up.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It's a nice way to kind of tie up all those teenage girl visions, because we don't see them after this, I don't think.
Yeah, no, we don't.
After this, they're done.
After that, yeah, she's done. And I like that too. Screw that whole bag, screw Greg, screw everybody. She's pissed.
Yep.
Teenage angst.
Yeah.
And then the two girls in matching outfits go on to beat up another guy. I don't remember who that guy is.
Yeah, I don't know who that's supposed to be. He's like Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears, chemist. I'm guessing another villain.
I think that he was supposed to be the guy who made the drugs.
Made the drugs, right, yeah, because they were eating them like, okay.
Gummy Bears or something?
Yeah.
Potentially.
So, Hollis is there, and he's like, I'm here to pick up, you know, Lori, and and they're like, oh, she talked about you all the time, which I thought was kind of sweet. She always talked about... Hollis is always a good character. I like Hollis. That's why I hate watching the director's cut of Watchmen. That whole scene where he gets murdered. That's a sad, sad scene.
That's why I don't watch the director's cut.
You don't? You get too emotional? No?
I don't like being sad.
I guess it's an acquired taste. I don't like it too, because the one kid is, you know, just all hippie-ish and...
Screw the man.
Screw the man, screw the government. And Hollis is like, the fuck you said?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
He's basically trying to call him out, saying, this is... If you were more responsible, this wouldn't have happened.
He's like, man, you wouldn't know. It's like, yeah, exactly. Be a man. I like that. That was a good line.
Yeah.
There's a knock, knock, knock on the door. You'd think it would be Lori, but...
What?
No, she comes home to a broken house and Hollis sitting there lighting a smoke. I like that.
Yep.
Those two girls in the matching outfit showed up and...
He kicked their asses.
He kicked their asses. Although I do like, it's kind of alluded, like, they're not too sure. They were standing there, they broke in, the fight happened, and she's like, oh, they got away? He's like, who are you kidding? He opens up, like, the kitchen door, and they're both tied up back. They're like, come on, give an old man some credit.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Cute.
Pretty good. Her roommates, of course, are crying over all their broken shit.
And it shows Lori walking up the stairs.
Kind of pissed.
Rolling her eyes.
Rolling her eyes and pissed. Yeah, she's become very kind of like, I don't care.
Really?
Really. He goes to check on her, you know, Lori, is everything okay? He's already gone out the front window.
Bedroom window.
Bedroom window, whatever. It was from the front. It's the front of the house.
Potentially.
Counts.
It's a window.
And of course she's in costume by this point. She goes around and... where did this guy show up from?
This is the guy who was selling the drugs, I think.
Pretty
who
much,
was supplying them. She finds him in his club, I think, is where she finds him. And there's bodies of kids everywhere.
Been shot in the head.
And that's where he finds her.
He finds her, They get into a little bit of a scuffle.
Kicks her in the throat.
He kicks her in the throat.
That's hardcore.
Calls her a fucking dirty hippie, and
this entire scene was such a throwback to the original.
Yeah.
It's insane. The second he threw her onto the table, and the way she was positioned when she landed, I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's a throwback to what happened to Sally.
Yeah, exactly. But no, kicks him right in the fucking throat with her stiletto, and it sticks. Yeah, I got holes in my sock. And it sticks. I like that too. The whole boot comes off. This huge thing. And he's running around like, and she's fucking pissed by this point. She grabs a gun. Like, she is going to murder this guy.
Yep.
Follows him outside, because by this point he stumbled outside. And she's about to shoot him. Gets hit by a bus.
Yep.
I like that.
And the bus is covered in blood and bones.
Blood and bones, and the guy stands like, whoa.
There's one guy in
the
crowd. He's just, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I laughed when I saw that. That's hilarious. I don't know if you can see it that close up, but
it's pretty funny.
In this bottom one here, that was awesome.
Oh yeah. That's a whole new way to paint the bus.
Yep. And then Laurie pukes.
And Laurie pukes, comes home, kind of. Well, she hugs Hollis. I was gonna say she has a breakdown, but she really doesn't. She still looks just pissed.
She looks blank.
She looks kind of blank, yeah.
Like she's finally kind of snapped and realized what's really important in the world.
Kind of, yeah. Has a little farewell with her hippie friends, and you find out where she gets the skull on her choker. Her hippie friends gave it to her
when they were leaving.
And
this one, when the guy gives her the skull, he says, "Think of the band when you wear it," and then she gives the guy her cat, and she says, "Think of me whenever he makes a funny smell." I love that line.
Bet you do. And then she heads home with Hollis, pretty much. Yep. And then, of course, they got to have their big tearful reunion. Is this a big emotional thing for you, too?
It's emotional. Because Sally is laying it on thick. Oh, I missed you so much. I was so worried about you. And when Sally first grabs Laurie into a hug, Laurie looks surprised that her mom is doing that. That she's actually legit worried about her. But then she starts laying it on and being overdramatic, and Laurie calls her on it.
Like, just cut that shit out, Mom.
Yeah, she just stopped talking.
And yeah, basically do that. And she's like, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be a superhero now.
I'm going to do it my way.
I'm going to do it my way.
Okay.
Then it cuts to her dropping her off to the Crime Busters meeting.
And she's like wiping stuff off her cheek with a,
she's spitting and wiping off Laurie's face. That was cute. She kind of, I like it. She's just basically talking about, she's kind of nervous doing this, and her little description of everybody she sees there, like Rorschach, like, that's a scary guy.
It's creepy.
But he might be nice under the mask. And then Night Owl, it's like, what's with the goggles? God, I'd never date a guy like that. Total square. And then
it does show her talking about comedian, more like somebody's old man. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, somebody's old man, because he's her dad. Oh, spoiler. And then, Dr. Manhattan's wife looking pissed.
Yeah.
And then it basically ends with her meeting Dr. Manhattan and saying, man, I should date him. That would totally piss Mom off.
Yeah.
That was good, I like
And
that.
then the last, because every comic had a little excerpt from something at the last page. This one is, you're the end of the rainbow, my pot of gold, your daddy's little girl to have and hold. A precious gem is what you are, your mommy's shining
bright and shining star.
That one.
Edward Madden.
He's so sweet.
It was good. So yeah, Silk Spectre. It's done.
Yeah.
Definitely pick it up.
Yeah.
Definitely pick it up.
Absolutely.
It was a really good comic.
It's emotional.
I
liked it.
No, I liked it too. It's just obviously I'm not that emotional, I guess. Yeah. So, and it actually says in the comic, once again, we don't know how well they are, but it says Rorschach number 3 is coming out next week.
Is it next week?
That's what it said, the 5th of December.
Really? I thought this one said something different.
I thought you said something different. Anyway.
Number 5th. Yeah, see, that one says December 5th. The Ozymandias says December 12th.
Get it right, guys!
So,
God!
I don't really know when it comes out.
So yeah, we'll have, hopefully, some more comics next week.
We'll see.
Once again, Kiriyama Sparta.
Sarah!
If you had a good time here, if you liked us discussing the comic book, hit that like or subscribe button, comment, favorite. All the things that make this just a fun time. It makes her smile.